Is that Lumi?
Hey Domain, I'm Steph.
I'm Gian.
And this is Lumi, and you might remember us from the 19th season of The Block.
We're going to show you around our 4-bedroom home in Sydney. So we bought the home the day after Valentine's Day in 2020. And Steph was like, I don't want flowers this Valentine's Day. I want this house. So
we were looking for about 2 years before we found this house, and it ticked all the boxes. It had really good bones. It was built in 1937, a Federation frontage with nice Art Deco architraves and all these other little features. So we're like, this is beautiful. Let's restore what we can and add a modern extension, but sympathetic to the old. So this is one of the 4 bedrooms. This is what we call the cloud room.
Yes.
And I think that's obviously come through our furniture range. It's gorgeous. It's got ample storage, AC integrated, but we've got these really beautiful timber details, which actually tie in the Roman blinds and our bedside Japandi furniture.
And for me, this is actually my favourite bedhead. It is the cloud. And I am very biased towards this one. I just think it really adds a really nice elevated look to the room and goes with this part of the house.
Yeah, it's a nod to the Art Deco features. And the lighting in here is really, really beautiful. So the sun rises from the front of the house and sort of comes all along this facade. So you're pretty much getting sun in this room all of the morning into the afternoon, and you get those nice sun rays through. So it's really gorgeous. I'll take you through to another room now.
So this was actually the old living room, and now it's our master. But my favourite part about this home is that we've actually been able to style it with our own furniture line that we've just launched called Japandi Estate.
Yes, and this room of course is called the Puddle, and it's because of the puddle bedhead, but also our wave console here. You'll see all of these beautiful natural shapes and organic shapes. So it's the wabi-sabi and organic sort of elements that have made our architecture what it is, and then in turn our furniture what it is.
Yeah.
The key feature in this room is the fireplace. It was definitely restored and is fully functional. And I think what makes this the room that it is and the master that it is the addition of the beautiful ensuite. So for us, materiality was super key in this bathroom. We needed to bring that warm element, but of course we didn't want to make it super, super modern. So having a powdery finished micro cement with a beautiful travertine bench top.
So we worked really closely with our stonemason to really minimise wastage.
We actually made a little travertine stool to put next to the bath here.
Yeah, I really think adds to the consistency of the home.
Absolutely. You notice our little wedding photo, and it's actually raining. A little wabi-sabi day. It was a gorgeous day in the Hunter Valley. We got married at Red Leaf Wollombi. Met when we were 14, been together for 14 years. And that's where we're at now.
So yeah, this archway signifies the transition point between the old Art Deco Federation style of the home and the Scandinavian side. So we actually did this through a burnished concrete slab that's continued all the way through the new part of the home.
So as we move through the old and the new, we wanted to bring a few of the older features into the new section. So soft curved edges, and then we move through and it's all about lighting.
Yeah. It's a really nice part of the way Steph's designed the home. And I mean, look, you step into this space and that's obviously, this is the crescent room, but there's so much light that comes with it.
I love that,
It doubles up as like a study area, but also the 4th bedroom. And yeah, it talks to the Scandinavian aspect of Steph's design, which is all about functionality.
And these beautiful skylights, they're operable, so it allows that beautiful flow of ventilation and circulation into the space. We also have our mood boards. So we have 2 different boards here that actually were sort of the basis of around how we designed Japandi and our furniture. So this is room 1 and room 3, and wave and puddle, so summer and winter, and you can see that through its tones. And then we move to this mood board, which is crescent and cloud, and otherwise known as spring and autumn. And they are complementary with each other, and that means that the furniture can be interchangeable. Into the piece de la resistance.
Yes, so this is our open plan living. Now, this for me is my favourite part of the home. It really allows us to feel like we're inside and outside.
We can't not talk about our LED strip that really highlights that Scandi sort of architecture style.
Yeah.
And the orientation of the space
Yeah.
is actually what makes this room so successful.
Yeah.
Like we said, the sun's, rising from this side and setting in this side. So we can control the light, of course, as well. All of the skylights and the two main windows here have blockouts. So you encourage light to come in at certain spaces, but you're also wanting to control that solar heat gain as well, because we're not wanting to overheat the space too.
We've used a Rosazacci stone throughout the kitchen and the laundry, and I really think it adds a lot of punch to the space without being too overstated in a colour palette that is quite muted.
Something that's really important in architecture is to speak to your surroundings. And you look outside and we have this existing sort of clay paver, and we picked this stone based on that. So the fact of the matter is this whole space is so cohesive and it feels so purposeful, and it's been here for years, but it's actually because of the materiality choices that we've made to make sure that it's complementary to the existing.
This is where we spend about 90% of our time in the house.
This is actually where we did our audition tape.
Yes, we did.
It's so
We were two
sentimental.
naive people last year, because this couch is super low. I mean, bit of backstory. That TV took us about an hour and a half to deliberate on how high we were going to put it, remember?
I'm very adamant on a TV height. It was at that point that you probably realised, how can I ever do the block
We
with this
absolutely
girl?
lost the plot.
I think I cried.
Yeah, you did. You started crying. It wasn't even drilled into the wall.
As we come out to the backyard, this lighting is like stunning.
We really wanted to maintain a lot of the garden that the previous owner had.
We actually designed the house around this frangipani.
Literally.
So I didn't want to bring the architecture any further out because I was like, I don't want to compromise this beautiful shape. It's a really gorgeous space.
For me, a home is very different from a house. I think a home makes someone feel a certain way as soon as they walk through.
Yes.
Feel calm, safe, and somewhere that they want to stay.
I totally agree, and I think when the architecture and the space complements those feelings that you feel is home.